everybody. This is Jyoti Thomas from Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Christ University, Kengeri Campus, Bangalore. So whenever I think of the term integrity, I am reminded of an article read in the social media. Probably you must have read the same article. And this article goes like this. At the entrance gate of a university in South Africa, the following message was posted for contemplation. Destroying any nation does not require the use of atomic bombs or the use of long-range missiles. It only requires lowering the quality of education and allowing cheating in the examination by the students. Patients die at the hands of such doctors. Building collapse at the hands of such engineers. Money is lost at the hands of such economists and accountants. Humanity dies at the hands of such religious scholars. Justice is lost at the hands of such judges. The collapse of education is the collapse of nation. A beautiful message. And especially we being the academicians, we should reflect upon this message. When we talk about the integrity, maybe it could be the academic integrity or professional integrity, it has a lot of meanings. If you refer the internet, you can see n number of definitions for this. So let us just see the definition according to dictionary and Wikipedia. Dictionary says, integrity is the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles. And Wikipedia says integrity is the practice of being honest and showing a consistent, uncompromising adherence to strong moral and ethical principles and values. So if you look into our life or if you analyze our life, we can see the different type of people, how they maintain integrity. In order to understand integrity in a better way, let us see what are the components of integrity. First one, incorruptibility. Anybody who is corrupt, his or her integrity is questioned. And integrity is the highest form of uprightness. A person with integrity does not do anything illegal, unlawful, or illicit. The second component is soundness. A person with integrity is clear in his decision. He has clarity in each and every step of his decision. And the third component is completeness. It is a quality or state of being complete or undivided. So we see that integrity is something important that every human has to learn or practice. So if you analyze the life of doctors and lawyers, we can see how they maintain this integrity. See, look at the most of the doctors, they behave as doctors not only in the hospital but outside as well. They continue to behave as a doctor in all the situations or all the aspect of their life. At the same time, look at the lawyers. Some of the advocates, you must have noticed that they keep changing the parties, or even in the case of a politicians, they keep changing the party. Or for a particular lawyer, if you have given a case to him, you have trusted him completely and given the entire task to him, thinking that he will do justice for you. And he also will say that he will be updating you as and when required. But the moment you approach him, the first task what he is doing, he will take the entire fees. You pay the money and come back with a hope that he will be giving you the update on each and every phase. But most of the time, it is so that at the time of judgment, we will come to know that the so-called advocate has changed his party. You can analyze how people maintain integrity in their life. Before I talk about professional integrity, let me share my personal experience with you. This incident took place just 2 months before. After the lockdown, when our university reopened, one day I was coming back from the university by car, and a policeman stopped me in front of Kengeri police station because I did not fasten my seat belt. Because almost a 1 year gap, I was not driving the car regularly. In fact, I forgot to put the seat belt. He asked me to pay 500 rupees. I said, okay, but give me the receipt. For which he denied. Finally, we came to an understanding and I paid him 100 rupees, which is gone to his pocket. So it is very clear. After 1 month of that particular incident, I had another one incident where the involvement of police personnel was essential. And especially during this lockdown, it is very difficult to get the help from the police department because entire force is utilized for COVID-19 cases. Finally, through my friends, I got the help from the police personnel and they came to my site to resolve the problem. By considering my previous experience, I had offered some money to the person who came there. To my surprise, he told me, Madam, I am getting salary and that is enough for me. My salary is very less, but I am happy with that. I was greatly impressed by his action. Look at the professional integrity, how people maintain. Both of them are from the same profession. It depends on the people. So according to me, integrity is you are what you are when you are alone. And your personality is revealed when you are alone. Especially when you are alone in a room. Are you an organized person? Or are you dependent on your father, mother, spouse, or even on children? Do you expect them to come and remind you about your work? Just examine who you are. And invariably, that would reflect in your professional life. So, personal integrity is the basis of professional integrity. Integrity is you are what you are when nobody is watching you. See, in the school level or in the school days, when the class teacher was absent, or maybe the subject teacher whom we don't like, when she was absent, we jumped out of joy. When the principal was absent, teachers were happy. So in the university level, are we happy when HOD is absent or Dean is absent? How do we perform our duty when our boss is present or absent? Is there any difference in our action? Have you noticed that? Even if you put on a show, others can easily find out the difference in you. Integrity is you are what you are when nobody is there to reward you. We should continue to do our duty with a heart, soul, and mind. Many times we get disappointed when our leaders don't recognize our hard work and contributions. Yet, being loyal to our profession is a professional integrity. Integrity is you are what you are when nobody is there to punish you. Normally, there is a tendency among us that as long as the sword is hanging over our head, we continue to perform well. That means when there is no sword, no performance, why should we do our duty out of fear? Professional integrity is doing our duty with the joy and fun, certainly not with the fear of punishment. Integrity is you are what you are when nobody is there for you to blame. Success has many fathers, but failure is an orphan. We have a tendency to blame others when things go wrong. And when we continue our work in the absence of such incidents, in fact, we are practicing professional integrity. In every organization, there are certain hurdles that stops from achieving the highest level of professional integrity. Let us see what are the possible roadblocks of this. Punctuality. Punctuality is the primary evidence of professional integrity. Punctuality is not just we sign in and sign out on time. It should be reflected in all our day-to-day activities. It's like going to classes, submitting the assignments, or any other task that is assigned to you. Self-esteem. In order to be a successful professional, one should have high self-esteem. And self-esteem is a positive attitude towards oneself. Psychologists say poor self-esteem is associated with mental disorder and social problem, and which are directly reflected with the professional satisfaction. So the way we dress, the way we carry ourselves, the way we interact with others shows our professional integrity. Groupism. Forming groups based on the language, religion, caste is the biggest hurdle to any organization. It spoiled the growth of the organization as well as the professional integrity. People coming together and negating others purposely is a destructive groupism. And this behavior hinders personal, organization, and the professional integrity. Fake news mongers. Some people have the habit of committing character assassination by spreading the fake news about others. And they see only the negative things in others. Bright or positive side is generally not visible to them. And some people have the habit of brainwashing the newcomers with the false news and thus make them prejudiced against others. And this habit does not bring the unity among the people in the organization. And this behavior makes the organization a divided family. Carrying tales. With the intention of entering into the good book of superiors, some people have the habit of carrying tales about others. And their intention is to influence their superior. Here comes the integrity of the leader. He has to investigate the veracity of the tale and intention of the person. He should find out the person who carry the tale is a problem creator or a problem solver, whether they are part of the problem or part of the solution. And when the leader fails to do this duty, professional integrity is highly questioned. Favoritism. When leaders are partial for or against somebody, the followers are greatly disappointed. And this is one of the most crucial factors that destroy professional integrity. Speaking ill of organization. We should be proud of our organization. Some people have the habit of criticizing the organization in a negative way. This betrays ourselves. We should be loyal to the organization because organization gives us the identity. When you speak ill of organization, it shows your level of professional integrity. So I strongly believe these are the major roadblocks of professional integrity, and many organizations are facing this problem. Though we have these roadblocks, we can practice professional integrity keeping certain things in the mind. Treat everyone equally. If you start treating everybody equally, each and every person of the organization will start owning the organization. They say that it is my school or my college, my university. They start owning it. Reward the honesty. Identify the people who work with dedication and honesty and try to find the way to reward them. Admit your mistake. Whether you are a junior most person or a senior most person or a leader, if you have done the mistake, admit the mistake. That shows a great person in you. Allow the team to speak freely. most of the time we follow the hierarchy in the team. So as a result, people may not be that free to give the suggestion. So if you allow the team members to speak freely, that make a difference. So you can get the feedback. So I should say that I would like to replace the term feedback with the feed forward, because I will know that where I am standing and what I should do. So you get the feed forward from the team members. Conduct self-assessment, which we have been practicing it. Keep your commitments. Prioritize the work and keep your commitments. Obviously, we need to put maximum effort. So keeping all these things, I strongly believe we can achieve better professional integrity. Thank you for listening.